William Hill sponsors IFL TV.
I'm the man to beat Daniel Dubois. We're going to sleep.
UMAR, AHMED, IFL TV, MTK Global. We're in New York City, Madison
Yes,
Square
we are.
Garden,
Yeah,
actually. Privileged to be joined by former WBO champion Joseph Parker. How was camp with Fury?
Camp was good. Fury came in with his team to do a session, and Fury and I have a good relationship. He's like a good friend, like an older brother. So it was good to catch up. The last time I saw him was when I was in Manchester fighting his cousin, and he was over 300 pounds. But to see him now, he's looking in phenomenal shape.
Now, did Asgi beat you on that punch bag machine?
Pardon?
Did Asgi beat you?
Well, no, I had the highest score.
961, I think it was.
It was like 9-7 something. But I mean, I just went soft for him. So.
Right, Joseph, you put pen to paper with Eddie Hearn Matchroom boxing.
Yeah.
How does that even come about?
Well, my contract finished with Duco Events. My 6-year contract finished in March. And since it finished, I was at home, spending a lot of time with my family and friends. And it was a good, enjoyable, successful partnership that we had with Duco. But then I sat down with the team and assessed, moving forward, how to achieve the goal that I have of being champion of the world or becoming unified champion of the world. Ultimately, we decided that Matchroom was the best promotional team and Eddie Hearn to sign with. But David will still be very, very heavily involved in my team. He's joining my management team, doing my future deals, and I think it's going to be, David's a person I trust, has my back, so he's very involved. So it's going to be, David and Eddie Hearn going at it again, making the deals happen, and I think it's going to be the beginning of a long and successful partnership.
Okay, so David's still your manager?
David's part of my management team, and he's going to be very heavily involved. So he's, if it wasn't for David, I wouldn't have this deal with Matchroom. David and my management team. So I'm very happy, where things are at the moment.
How do you reflect on the Alexander Flores win? Were you happy?
Yeah, I was happy. I think I was a bit more aggressive, and I mixed it up head and body. I'm not quite sure if it was low blows or what, yes or not, but it was a good result to finish the year off with. And I haven't been in the ring since then. It's the longest time I've been away from the ring in my 6 years of being a professional fighter. So I'm excited to be back very soon.
Joseph, we know Matchroom have got a lot of heavyweights. Anthony Joshua, Dillian Whyte right at the top of the tree, two guys you know very well. And you've got Michael Hunter, Murat Gassiev, Usyk, plenty of guys. Was that sort of a factor in joining Matchroom because they've got so many fighters in that division? A factor
is that they have so many fighters, yes. That's
top fighters as well.
Top fighters, one of the factors. The other factor is that Matchroom is, I think, the biggest promotional company in the world at the moment. I think they got fights lined up in the UK, fights in the US, so you can be open to both markets. And with our dealings, David and Eddie Hearn's dealings before, it's been very open book, honest, and they can trust each other.
I know it's a bit of a long way off, but again, was it another factor in joining Matchroom, that Joshua rematch? Obviously, he's got to come through against Andy Ruiz. He's going to have another few fights, I'm sure, before you get that shot. But is that sort of a driving factor as well in joining Matchroom? A
driving factor is that, yes, of course. I think there's, and the team thinks it's unfinished business. I mean, it was a very technical fight. I think if we fight again in the future, and if I build myself back up, we can make it a more exciting fight.
And the Dillian Whyte fight was a great fight for the fans. So I'm sure you're open to that rematch again.
I'd love to fight Dylan. I think, credit to him, he won on the night and he's the better man on the day. I think I can beat him. And I think because of a few things that happened in the fight, it changed the course of the fight.
Joseph, I do want to ask you, you were in camp with Tyson Fury. There's this whole thing been going on with Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte. Tyson Fury come out and said he'd knock Dillian Whyte in 6 rounds if he fought the WBC Diamond Belt. Now he's come out public and said he doesn't want the Dillian Whyte fight. What was he saying to you? Was he saying anything about Dillian Whyte?
We didn't really speak about any of the fights that they're in discussions with. All we did was catch up, do a training session together, and just mix and mingle with the teams.
And another sort of topic in the heavyweight division is obviously Wilder Ortiz 2 has been announced. Are you a little bit frustrated that Wilder went straight into that and didn't even sort of negotiate with Joshua, assuming he come through Saturday night? Why don't you think we're getting these fights? And are you frustrated as well as a fight fan? As a fight fan and as a heavyweight, it's frustrating not seeing the top and the top fight each other. Do you think anyone's ducking each other?
I don't know. I can't say. You know, if I knew, then I'd say, but I can't really say. You know, I don't want to bag anyone, but I think they should. You know, unification sort of trumps every other fight that there is. You know, so I think if they wanted to make it happen, they can make it happen. But I think there's too many voices in the background. There's managers, there's promoters, there's this and there's that. So hopefully we can see it soon.
Just the last one, Joseph. Have you been? I know you've just put pen to paper with Hearn Matchroom. Have you been told where your fights are likely going to be? Are they going to be US, UK, or a bit of a mixture?
I think it's going to be a mixture. I think the next one we have will be in June 29.
On the Andrade undercard against
here
Eric Molina's being sort of
that's the name that we're looking. Yeah, that's the opponent we're looking at fighting, and I think it's going to be here in the US, and I think it's going to be a bit of a mix. You know, back there, back here. So I look forward to fighting in both countries.
Absolutely. All right, Joseph Parker. Appreciate a bit of your time, and we'll catch up soon.
Thank you.
William Hill sponsors IFL TV.
I'm the man to beat Daniel Dubois. You're going to sleep.